And it's with sadness that I say, for the last time, hey, what's up, guys? Toogie here, back again with the official finale of this series, my Hartford Whalers franchise mode series, right here on NHL 18. Of course, this is it. The previous episode was us actually winning the cup against Montreal, which this is the first time I've loaded up this save in a while. It's still ridiculous to me that this series ended in as perfect of a way as it possibly could have. And now we get to take a look back at the names that made this series what it was. It might not be like the it might not be the best way to end a series, but I feel like, it gives us a chance to look back at some of the names, talk about the names that made this series great, and in the case of a few players, we get to say these were the best of the best. Of course, we have that Channel Hall of Fame kind of established. I wish I had some sort of on-screen graphic for this one. I don't. I think at the end of NHL 18, we'll go ahead and kind of update the full Channel Hall of Fame. We'll have a special video about that as we look back at what NHL 18 was for us. But let's get right down to business. Your Hartford Whalers, two-time Stanley Cup champions. We had numerous people up for the vote. Perhaps controversially, no Jesus Altschuler. He might not have been around long enough, but I thought people might have wanted to put him up for the voting, and we didn't. So maybe that's a name we'll see later on. But the names that you had the opportunity to vote on to potentially make the Hall of Fame. We had Warren Dirksen, Eric Tuzolino, Travis Isaac, Nolan Patrick, Lucas Lydecker, Nathan MacKinnon, Phil Crosby, Max Jones, Alvin Lowry, and Jyrki Petrolainen. Of course, some of those names still on this team right now. Lydecker, of course, finally stepped up and helped lead this team to success. Alvin Lowry, Travis Isaac, Warren Dirksen, Tuzolino as well, and his amazing hair, which, yes, we will look at one more time. And, of course, I've talked about it this year, what NHL 18 has been for us in terms of spectacular goaltending. I think it might be difficult just to choose between Marcus Brodin from Draft to Glory and Jyrki Petrolainen when it comes to the true Hall of Famers, or, like the best players of the year in NHL 18. It would be a very, very tough vote. However, I will announce that only 3 of these players have made it in. So your Hall of Famers for this series, first and foremost, you know what's coming. Jyrki Petrolainen is a Hall of Famer, a second-round pick of the Predators back in 2019, only 27 years old at this point in time, but he has been one of the best goaltenders in Channel history. You look at what he's done for this team in the past 6 years, a .923 save percentage was his lowest, and even then, 42, 19, and 4 with 11 shutouts in that span of time, a .936, a .929, a .940 with 14 shutouts. Again, an absolute monster. That season right there, the 26-27 season, one of the best runs I've ever seen from a goaltender. And of course, twice he has gone the distance. Back in the 23-24 season, it was his first year as a starter. Again, that .923 save percentage in the regular season, he bumped it up to a .934 with 6 shutouts in the postseason. Still the most he's had. When you look at this most recent run in our final year, he had a .933, only 1 shutout. So that first year was magic for him. But without a doubt, no surprise, Jyrki Petrolainen is our first Hall of Famer. And you know what? Let's get a good look at the kid. Let's get a good look at the kid. Let's take a look at greatness. Why not? That's cliched to say, but look at him with the Milwaukee Admirals mask and all. Your favorite and mine, baby-faced Jyrki Petrolainen. What a guy, though. What a player. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. We have 2 more to announce. And I'm happy to say One is a defenseman, and one is a forward. And we'll get to the defenseman because he's still on this team. Eric Tuzolino and his amazing hair. I feel like that's part of the reason as to why you made it, buddy, because you look at the hair there and you're like, oh, maybe it's not much. And then you take off the bucket. What a guy. What a beautiful man. Eric Tuzolino, the current alternate captain on this team. I'm glad I kept this save file. I might revisit this on stream at some point. But Eric Tuzolino, the former 4th overall pick of the Florida Panthers in 2021, voted on by you guys as one of the Hall of Famers for this series. One of the more consistent defensemen. You look at 2024 and beyond, you look at the plus-minus numbers, his lowest plus-minus, and again, it's not the best stat, but in this game, you don't have too much to go off of. His lowest plus-minus was a plus 24. Absolutely ridiculous. Good for 15 goals. 13 was his lowest total beyond that season. I mean, consistent. At the very least, that's how you can label him. Consistent, and he may just have the best hair in the game. So Eric Tuzolino, welcome to the Channel Hall of Fame, and that leaves one between Lydecker, Lowry, Jones, McKinnon, Patrick, and Warren Dirksen, the man who has joined both Petrolainen and Tuzolino in the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on, who else do you think it is? Lucas Lydecker, the high franchise potential wonder kid, has made it. He has been voted on by you, and again, it wasn't restricted to one forward, one defenseman, and one goaltender. That's just how it played. It's just how it played out. Our captain, our fearless leader, Lucas Lydecker, has joined the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure why I clicked on that. Birth year of 2003. That's a scary thought. We look at the parents and look at him. The Michael Jordan of hockey with stars in his... I mean, what's up with that haircut, buddy? Come on. And I'm saying that as if I disagree. It's amazing. Our captain, our fearless leader, and as we take a look at the stats, I mean, really, aside from him being high franchise, of course he was medium franchise from the start, but he was the #1 overall pick in 2021. Aside from him having the potential, he backed it up. Now, for the most part, in the playoffs, he didn't really deliver. 2022-23, he had 11 points in 12 playoff games. That was tremendous. The first year we won the Cup, he was spectacular. The next year where we were bounced, I believe in the 3rd round, at least based on the 19 games played, he did very well. But then the next 3 times, over the next 3 years that we made the postseason, it just wasn't there for the most part. I mean, 4 points in 3 games is all right. He missed some time due to injury, but, you know, no points in 5 games, 3 points in 7. He wasn't quite the same guy, and it's not entirely his fault. But then we look at this most recent Cup run, 18 points in 21 games. And again, you see what he's done in the regular season. His lowest point total, 53 points as a sophomore. A career high of 75 points. Closed in on the 30 goal total quite a few times until he eventually hit it this season with 31 goals. Kind of the face. He and Petrolainen, I'd say for sure, the faces of this franchise. Of course, we started off with the expansion draft, and we had so many random players come through this team. You think of, you know, when we had Nathan McKinnon signed, we had so many random players on this club, and for it to have played out the way it did, I mean, I can't really say I'm disappointed. As we got Phil Bourque there. I thought we still had Phil Crosby, but we don't, which is unfortunate. I'd love to search him out, but it was an interesting run, an interesting road in this series. Again, starting off as the 32nd team expansion, and to try many different tactics. Ultimately, it did lead to success. Again, 2 Stanley Cups, and of course, going out on top, winning the Stanley Cup in our final year. And I see no better way, or no better time to wrap up this series. So I thank you guys for your support with this series. Ridiculous, just ridiculous. And to know that the first episode of this series is the most viewed in the history of my channel is pretty damn cool. Wouldn't have it any other way. I don't really have a better way to end this, guys. So again, I will thank you. I do recommend, I'm putting this video up alongside another video where I talk about the next series, or one of the next series going up on my channel. I recommend you check that out now to help kind of influence what happens next on this channel. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you soon.